Good morning. Welcome to our weekly Sunday practice. Thanks for sharing this time with me today. Let's begin by getting into our mindful body. There we go. I just finished setting up the computer stuff. Let's take several deep breaths in and out with gratitude that once again we are here together. Gratitude for this time, the commitment. If you've been with me for a while, at this point in our practice, you know the benefits this work brings and how wonderful it is to give ourselves just a few moments of this attention, of this quiet. Noticing the sounds within our bodies, the sound of our breath, and noticing the feeling of the body as the torso rises and falls. And all the while giving thanks for these little things. Reminding ourselves, because sometimes we need the brain involved in this, that the breath is our superpower. It can help us diffuse stress hormones and anxiety. It doesn't fix everything, but it can really take the edge off. And the more we practice this in times of non-crisis, the more full our bucket happens to be when we need it. Observing sounds around us. There's no hurry. As you progress through the area that you're sitting in, stretch out your awareness further and further out of the practice room, out of your home or apartment or office, or anywhere else you may happen to be sitting when you're listening to this. Just taking a moment to notice how still our own bodies and minds start to become as we stretch our awareness, our consciousness out further and further. And noticing that with gratitude too, that the more we can identify and be empathic with people and situations around us, the less consumed we are by our own sense of suffering or victimization or problems. That's at the emotional level. At the physical level, the more we notice what's happening around us further and further away, the more grounded and relaxed we can feel. Let's stretch our awareness outside of our practice places to where we can no longer hear sound. Visualize that world around you. You probably know it very well. Your street, imagining all of the participants in this world around you that we don't know. And they have lives and needs and worries and joys. And on top of that, there's animals with lives, needs, worries, and happiness. There's trees and birds, rocks, road, stone. Let's take a moment to feel our way through all of these things around us. Let's continue to breathe in and out, noticing the rise and fall of our own bodies as we stretch our awareness out ever further. As we inhale, breathing in gratitude for the opportunity to disconnect from our own internal busyness just for a few minutes, to pay attention to what's happening around us. And reminding ourselves that we can give ourselves this gift anytime we choose, anywhere we are. It can be a busy freeway, a train or a bus, an elevator, a grocery store. Let's call to mind the busy or slow day you're about to have, and just make a list of some of the activities that you've got to do. Let's visualize ourselves going through a few things on that list with the same kind of equanimity and ease we feel right now. The body is still and slow, but awake and alert. The mind is gentle, aware, compassionate with our brothers and sisters around us for their needs and their worries. And let's just spend a few moments in this visualization, carrying the equanimity and ease that we are developing right now in practice, carrying that into our daily tasks. Take a moment to visualize something throwing us off. Maybe it's someone cuts you off, or there's cranky people at the grocery store, or feeling very worried about the week to come. Let's just take a moment and breathe into any feelings of anger, anxiety, rage, the worst of us that arises. Let's sit with that for a sec. Being compassionate with that person who's anxious, who's fearful, who is enraged, that it's a person who needs love and patience. But just sitting in loving kindness for a moment with our flawed, perfect, imperfect selves. Now let's visualize taking a deep breath when we feel overwhelmed by anxiety or anger or frustration. Imagine yourself remembering that all of the ease and equanimity we're developing is available to us instantly when we choose to do so. Take a deep breath and activate that power. Visualize ourselves able to diffuse a difficult situation, an overwhelming feeling within, and returning to this place of ease and equanimity. Noticing the gratitude and confidence we feel when we can walk our talk when it matters. Noticing with gratitude how awesome it is to be committed and accountable to being our highest and best. Not just when things are easy, but when things are tough also. Let's take a few deep breaths together in silence to wrap up our practice. And when doing so, let's make a commitment for the week ahead. We intend to return to this place of ease and equanimity when we're feeling stressed out or worried or frustrated during the week. We want to remember what it feels like to stretch out our awareness, to feel still within the body and mind, to feel grateful and hopeful and easy, and to draw upon the strength that comes from being committed and accountable. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. I hope you have a wonderful week.